Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for March 1st through the 3rd of 2019. All right, so this weekend we have the moon in Sagittarius on Friday and Saturday. So the theme those 2 days around maybe expanding our horizons a bit, listening to our inspiration, our spirit for life, and maybe our adventurous side as well. So with that theme, we do have Venus squaring up to Uranus on Friday. So maybe some feeling of impulsiveness or restlessness, maybe when it comes to the things we want to enjoy in life, or maybe relationships. So it's good to channel that in constructive and healthy ways. And then as we shift into Sunday, the moon is going to go into Capricorn. So the theme likely going into the next week around discipline, what requires patience, responsibility. And Venus also goes into Capricorn as well, which means we could actually be enjoying perhaps a little bit more of that disciplined and responsible connection to the things we enjoy in life and relationships. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. So we are going to look at this for all 3 days of the weekend, both Friday with the moon in Sagittarius, Saturday with the moon finishing Sag, and then on Sunday with the moon in Capricorn. So we are using the actual size of the constellations, which is the equivalent of looking up at the night sky. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below because this does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so this weekend, the theme Friday and Saturday around Sagittarius, we're going to have the moon passing over the stellium here. This, in this case, four-way conjunction between Saturn, Pluto, the South Node, and Venus. So the theme here around expanding our worldview and around our belief systems. So really good to do this, I would say, with Saturn and from the Saturn side to it. Good to ground our belief systems, see how these things that maybe we're inspired about do take time and patience and persistence, and incorporate that kind of energy into it. With Pluto, how we can perhaps change belief systems, maybe get rid of past belief systems that are no longer serving or no longer useful, to sort of shed them to create new ones, right? And so transforming our beliefs, expanding our horizons, again, listening to that spirit for life. And even with the South Node too, maybe some past energy being released with that as well. So good to do this, I would say, in this constructive way and willingness to change when it comes to those things that we're inspired about, or this adventurousness, or this spirit for life we may be feeling these couple days here. So the most important thing this weekend is that Venus is going to be squaring up to Uranus, and this is going to go exact on Friday. And so with this one, we have Venus, the planet of our values and relationships, in a challenging aspect with Uranus, which is the side of ourself that wants change and freedom and wants to listen to our excitement. So naturally, the square can mean that collectively, because this will depend on all of our personal charts, but collectively there could be feelings of impulsiveness, maybe restlessness, maybe wanting to enjoy things or connections or relationships quite abruptly. So good to be aware of this and conscious of this natural tendency with the square, but again, to consciously implement it in ways that are intentful. So a good way of looking at this is, what are some things that maybe we can change regarding our values or relationships, that maybe we can set some intentions to do here this weekend? How can we incorporate maybe more freedom and more willingness to have spontaneity in our enjoyments and relationships, and listen to our excitement there, and maybe challenge ourselves to listen to our excitement there. So good to do this, again, channeling it intentfully, seeing how we can incorporate what we're likely wanting, which is this change, freedom, excitement in healthy and conscious ways. So with that, that's going to start to ease up once we get into Saturday. And then Venus is going to sextile Chiron. So although minor, there could be maybe some healing regarding some of these things. In fact, we could be healing our self-value, self-worth, maybe healing through relationship stuff or something like this. So it's just an opening for healing that we can actually be enjoying, maybe pertaining to some of these things. And it's just an opening for that going into Saturday. All right, so Saturday, the moon will still be in Sagittarius. So again, listening to that spirit for life. and maybe themes pertaining to that. But as we get into the later part of Saturday and especially into Sunday, the moon is going to shift into Capricorn. So this will place the theme on discipline, what requires discipline, patience, persistence, incorporating this sort of quality into our life, and just noticing some themes pertaining to that, especially because Venus is going to be slowly making her way into Capricorn this early part of next week. So we may just find that we're enjoying or valuing more of these responsible qualities of ourselves. And in those relationships as well, maybe connecting in a way that's a bit patient or responsible, all right? Because we are enjoying that connection, and we could just notice themes pertaining to that in our relationship life. And this is all in the context of the fact that we are in the very end now of this lunar month. So going into the early part of next week, we are at the lowest phase of the lunar cycle. So it is a good time to let the energies die down a bit, maybe do some clearing, create some space for what will be new beginnings midweek next week. All right, everyone, so that's the weekend in a nutshell. Most important stuff here is, yes, listen to that Spirit for Life with Sagittarius. Friday, Saturday, good to access that, maybe adventurousness, maybe themes around philosophy, abstract ideas, potentials that, again, we can ground with Saturn, transform with Pluto in the South Node. On Friday, though, great to incorporate a bit of healthy excitement and change and spontaneity in our values and enjoyments and relationship life. Maybe some healing with that going into Saturday. And then on Sunday, starting to feel more Capricorn energy, which is about patience, discipline, and all of that responsible approach to matters, which can be great. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all Monday for the daily forecast. Take care.